loves, my name is Paige, this is Pages with Paige, and today we're going to be doing my August book haul. In the month of August, I acquired 22 books, 11 of them on the last day of the month. So let's get into the stats. I only spent $68.98 and 2 of those books were for Ash. The other one was one that I have already read before and was my 9th edition of this book. But because I have read so many physical books off my shelves as well, I accrued $177, which means $108.02 is going into my house fund, which I am just so excited for. So let's go over the books that I bought. The first 2 were for Ash for our 2-year anniversary. I hadn't actually planned anything or decided on anything, and I asked him is there any books that he wanted, because he has now got the cloth bound classics in, which he is collecting. And he said, why don't you get me Crime and Punishment, because of listening to his puns, that is a crime and punishment. And so I ended up getting the Jungle Books by Rudyard Kipling because he won't stop monkeying around. I've been dating him for 2 years. It's rubbing off. I am concerned. So I got these 2 for him, but because we have amalgamated my entire TBR to just be the books that I have in our house, these are going on my TBR as well. Technically I have read these, so that's all good. It's just this beast. And the other book that I bought myself is a teal edition of Matilda by Roald Dahl, and this is my second favorite version that I have. I love the coloring, and I love this story. I will never begrudge getting a different edition of this. The one that I'm thinking of is Matilda as the British librarian for Matilda at 30 is my favorite edition, and now this because it is my favorite color, and 9 different editions. It's fine. Then I picked up a few arcs from Ash's work. So the first being The Great Fox Illusionist by Justin Edwards. This did come out in April, and it seems like a cute little middle grade. I'm finding that I'm running out of middle grade on my shelves, so I thought this would be a good one to pick up. I really don't know much about the story, but I'm curious to dive into it because it does look really cute. Then I got The Gifts That Bind Us by Caroline O'Donoghue. This is the second in the All Our Hidden Gifts. I was holding off on not picking up the arc from his work. It did come out in February because I haven't read the first one yet. It's been sitting there for long enough. I was like, you know what, I'll just grab it, and if I don't get to it, I don't get to it. But it hasn't cost me anything to accrue it, and then if I like it, I can buy the finished copy, and I will hopefully just binge the series, maybe. When do I ever follow through with a series? And then I got An Exciting and Vivid Inner Life Stories by Paul Dalla Rosa, and I know this is Australian and there is LGBT content, so I figured I haven't supported Aussie authors enough. This cover keeps calling to me. I hate the alternative cover. Thankfully this is the one that's on our bookshelves, and I thought it was quick and would be really interesting to have a look and see what it is. And because I do want to explore more Aussie fiction, I thought this would be a good place to start. And speaking of Aussie fiction, another book that I got that is Aussie based is Son of Sin by Omar Sakar, and this is traveling across Turkey, Lebanon to Western Sydney, queer Muslim identity, and I just think it's going to be really, really powerful. The description that is on this, it just makes it sound so captivating, and I know I'm not much of a literary fiction reader, but I feel like this is the kind of stuff that I do want to be picking up, so we'll have to see how my tastes align with it. And the cover kept calling to me every time I was in Ash's works. These 2 just would always jump out at me at things that I felt like I wanted to read, so I've decided to grab them. And then this transfers nicely into books that I have received from mates, and I have some very generous friends. So the first is from Crystal from Bomb Book Reviews, and I'll leave all their channels linked down below for the people that I do talk about, and she gifted me an arc of The Flat Chair by Beth O'Leary. This is my favorite Beth O'Leary. I adore it with my entire heart and being. I love the one bed trope. A foster dog ate my copy that I paid for. Yeah, was devastated. So when Crystal said that she was unhauling this and it was an art copy, I was like, fuck yes. So this is now one of my most prized possessions. I am very, very excited to have a undamaged copy back in my collection that I can appreciate and just love. And the other book she sent to me was one that I requested because I'm not sure how I'm gonna get along with it, but I keep being drawn to it, and I feel like the hype got me and I'm not gonna like it. So it's a Sanatorium by Sarah Pierce. I'm not a big mystery thriller reader, so that bodes in my favor. But I have no idea if I'm going to like this. I thought originally that it sounded really interesting and that I would, but the more reviews I hear, the less likely I think that's gonna happen. Crystal was kind enough to send it to me and I'm very intrigued. Ash is also intrigued, so fingers crossed that this goes well. And the lovely April from Aprilist Maximus sent me A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Rosanna A. Brown. I am so excited to get to this duology. I have been eyeing it off for, when did this come out? 2020? Came out in 2020. So I've been eyeing this off for 2 years. Desperately want to get to it. Very excited to finally have a physical copy because the audiobook is on script and I keep forgetting about it. Now I have the physical book to remind me to actually pick it up. Will I get to it this year? Probably not. That's what happens, but I'm excited to get to it. And then she also sent me Family of Liars by E. Lockhart. I am so apprehensive about this. I love We Were Liars and I just don't know how a prequel is gonna work. I haven't seen any reviews. I'm just chilling on it. But when April was unholding it, I then don't have to buy a copy that won't match. This edition wasn't going to match to the edition that I had and I'm not going to rebuy both. So the fact that she kindly sent it to me just made me feel a little bit more at ease, especially with them being mismatched editions, but I'm super keen to just see how it goes. So don't tell me please if you have heard anything about this, good or bad. I just want to go in as blind as possible and hope to God this makes sense and I enjoy it. And then so my beautiful friend Kayla from KJ and Her Books was unholding the entire Everworld series by K.A. Applegate. Technically it's not all. I am missing book 10. So I have 1 to 9, 11 and 12. Mostly I saw them on her unhaul pile and asked about them because it's by the same author of the Animorphs. They are the trippiest covers I've ever seen in my life and disturb me beyond all imagination, especially this one. This one not so much, this just looks like a chick. This dude and this one. I'm not going to get to these anytime soon. I've still got like 20 more Animorphs to go, or at least 18 of them. So I'm going to be burnt out on K.A. Applegate, but I've got them ready to go when I'm feeling like something dark and twisty. I really don't know much about it, but we'll see. Oh, now they have to find Sienna and get home without losing their lives or their minds, or both. There is a place that shouldn't exist, but it does, and there are creatures that shouldn't exist, but do. Welcome to the land where all your dreams and nightmares are very real and often deadly. Welcome to Everworld. This sounds so cool. I think it's going to be a ride. She kindly gave them to me and dropped them in so I could hold them. Oh lordy. These are all the books that I acquired in the month of August. I have the best friends in the entire world. I love that I bought 3 of those and 2 of them were for my partners and my anniversary. Let me know in the comments what was the most exciting book that you acquired in the month of August. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. And I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!